and Cada. And for the New Mexico Lobos, Kurt Vegscheider gets just his second start, along with Jackson, Lyle, Malawach, and Manigault. Senior night for Corey Manigault and Jaquan Lyle. This is the only regular season meeting between Utah State and New Mexico. The last meeting, last year's Mountain West Conference tournament, when the Aggies ended the Lobos season on their way to the Mountain West Conference Tournament Championship. So, Pete, a lot on the line for the Utah State Aggies. This is a game they cannot afford to lose.
No question, Carter. They want to get in a large bid, possibly, if they don't win the tournament. Have to win tonight.
Cada lost it out of bounds, and the Aggies turn it over on the opening possession. So the Aggies show a little zone, and they're pretty aggressive defensively out of that zone, Pete.
They are, Carter. They do that. They play now. They switch to man now. They're in man now.
Into the post, turnaround. Manigault gets his senior night started with a bucket.
Full court pressure now by the Rebels, by the Lobos.
The Aggies have been successful during this run, Pete, playing through Neemias Cada.
Right, going inside. Let the big guy get the ball. Let him touch it.
Merrill cut off on the baseline. Cada gets another chance and finishes around the rim. Boy, that is a stellar finish with those giant hands for Neemias Cada.
The giant. He shoots 61% from the field, so he's got to touch the ball almost every time down the court.
So a turnover on the first possession by Cada, and then a bucket on the second possession. Merrill, who has been tremendous scoring the basketball his entire Aggie career. Here's the Cada bucket.
Yeah, he's a mountain. Yeah, not have much of an answer for him, I don't think, this evening, Carter.
Into the corner. Malawach hits a three. That's a big one for New Mexico, because watch Malawach, when he is a scoring threat, different team for New Mexico.
Exactly. He gets 10, 11 points. They have a great chance to win.
Malawach is just a 29% three-point shooter. Makes his first. Bean airballs. Lobos bring it back. Jaquan Lyle runs him into the front court. On the baseline, Manigault has 4 of New Mexico's first 7.
He's feeling it. His mom's here. He's focused.
That was touched by Vegscheider, and so Utah State keeps it, but out of bounds, disrupting.
Yep. Lobos get 8 steals a game, so they're dangerous on the defensive end.
Abel Porter running point for the Utah State Aggies. Net 37. Merrill first look. Boarded by Malawach. Malawach attacks and draws a foul on Sam Merrill. It is on the floor. Sam Merrill picks up his first.
That's good. Attack their main guys. Make Merrill play defense if you're the Lobos, and go at Cada. Try to get him in some foul trouble. Paul Ware, pink sweater.
Lyle comes to get it from Manigault. Jaquan Lyle, the Ohio State transfer, his senior night. Malawach made his first 3, attacking over Bean. Tipped, kept alive. Jackson keeps it alive. Nearly hit the roof of the pit, saving it. Merrill comes away with it for the Aggies. Cada nearly walked.
Yeah, he wanted to shoot it.
Merrill does. 0 for 2 shooting start. Cada offensive board. Porter, second chance in the paint, blocked away by Malawach on the baseline when Malawach hit it, so the Aggies get to keep it. Shot clock will reset. We'll see. 15.
Abel Porter goes in there. Nice block. Might have been standing out of bounds when he hit that ball.
Merrill covered tightly by Jackson.
Merrill's the main three-point threat. Other guys aren't great from downtown.
Another turnover, trying to get it into Keita with a shot clock winding down. Jackson steals it. Jackson, who's been playing great of late. Merrill knocks it away. It's a Lobo turnover. Brito bakes his way in. Can't finish. There's a tap in from Keita on the offensive glass. That is back-to-back possessions. Keita has an offensive rebound.
Yeah. Tremendous player, Carter. He's got a great future. And right now, New Mexico has 14 turnovers a game. They're going to take better care of the basketball.
On the runner, got a foul on the floor. Manigault draws another foul. We'll see if it is on Keita. Zane Martin's going to sub in, as is Vontae Hendricks, who did not play in the Air Force game. So off the bench, Hendricks back on the floor for the New Mexico Lobos. Oh, that was a jump ball rather than a foul call. Wow. So that's a break because it could have been the first on Keita. Instead, jump ball possession arrow, and the Lobos keep it that way, and Keita avoids a foul. Just one on Merrill.
Yep. Big break, big break.
That's a brick from Brito. Wins over LSU in Florida, top of the resume. Brito passes on a shot on the baseline. Bean with the two. Good inbounds play.
Good play. Mid-range shot. Staying in a man-to-man. Jaquan Lyle's got to get going, Carter, for the Lobos have any chance.
Here is Lyle. 5 to shoot. He heaves it. Long rebound run down by Martin. Second chance.
That was shot from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Lyle a little closer in this time. We got an offensive foul. Jaquan Lyle called for pushing off.
Wow.
So that's a foul and a turnover, and that causes Paul Weir to loosen the necktie.
He didn't like that one. Mike Cyphers called a push off. A little bit of a shove with that left arm.
Not much.
No, I know. He said, yeah, Paul Weir's upset. I would be too. I agree. This is the Mountain West, baby, right? We're not playing
knock hockey?
Knock hockey or low level.
Backgammon?
No.
Backgammon by the fireplace certainly sounds nice.
That sounds fun.
It?
Yeah, it's fun.
Merrill gets his first bucket in tight to give the Aggies the lead. Pete, your coffee has arrived.
All right, thank you. I'll put that in my eyeballs.
Oh, that's a three from Manigault.
Wow, he's on fire, Carter. 7 points for the big fella.
7 of the first 10 on his senior night. With his mom, Sathia, in the house. Played 1 year at Pitt, then Indian Hills Community College. On the baseline, that's another miss from Brock Miller, who's been streaky, cold of late.
Yeah, struggling. That's why he came off the bench these 2 games.
Martin. Manigault gets another touch. Tries to feed inside. Turnover Lobos. Four turnovers already for the Lobos. However, that's 3 seconds on Keita. So wipe out the shot by Merrill. 3 seconds in the lane. That goes as a Utah State turnover. So back-to-back, and that would be 3rd turnover by the Aggies and the 2nd from Neemias Keita in the game.
Yep. Sean Lehigh with the call. You don't see that call too often, Carter.
Martin brings it up.
Transfer from Towson. Physical guard.
Coming off the bench. Manigault kept the dribble alive. Malawach hit a 3. But Bean closes out. Lyle passes on the look, then takes it. And drills it. Jaquan Lyle.
Tremendous 3-point shooter. 36% from downtown. He shoots 4-point shots, Carter. That's not threes. He's way out. He lost some explosiveness. Talking to some of the people around the Lobos program. You know, didn't play for 2 years, as you know. Sat out when he transferred from Ohio State and Achilles injury, and you know, plays a lot of minutes now. Brock Miller, your guy.
Miller hits a 3, so that's a good sign for the Aggies. So had a cold shooting slump. Fresno State, Wyoming off the bench. Hit a couple threes against San Jose State. Hits his first 3 tonight at the pit.
Yep.
Manigault turnaround on Keita. Boarded by Brito. Brito, that's a foul before that kickball.
Wow.
Keita banging down low. And it is Manigault's second. That's a big foul. Manigault, who had 7 of the first 10 for the Lobos, gets his second foul, the 12:56 mark. So he's going to have to sit for a while on his senior night after that hot start.
Yep. Trouble in River City. Manigault goes out, but Keita's out of the game now, so that's a good sign for the Lobos. So keep going to Merrill, preseason player of the year.
Merrill covered up in the corner by Hendricks. Bean cutting inside. Anderson turnaround. Big bucket.
Yeah, Anderson's tough. Junior college player, gives good points off the bench.
Back cut knocked away. Another turnover, their 5th. Maryland tight foul called. Malawatch called for the foul. As Merrill went hard, looked like Malawatch got the ball, but the question is, did he get the body as well?
Yeah, got him with the body, I think. Okay.
In a must-win game for Utah State's at-large NCAA chances, back and forth early. New Mexico has led by as many as 5. Aggies regain the lead on that bucket. 17-16. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen, our entire CBS crew here at the pit in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Corey Manigault had the hot hand, 7 of the first 10 for the Lobos. 2 personal fouls. He is presently sitting on the bench. It is Aggies by 1. For those of you watching on CBSSports.com, our streaming coverage will conclude after the commercial break. We'll continue on CBS Sports Network. You can find us by going to CBSSportsNetwork.com/channel finder. Our March to March, presented by Smile Direct Club, makes a stop at one of college basketball's iconic venues, the Pit in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And for the Utah State Aggies, Pete, this is a game, yes, it's important to win, but it more follows under what Jerry Palm says for bracket-wise. They cannot lose this game.
Cannot. No, they got a great chance of going to the big dance, but they can't slip up here and maybe slip up in the Mountain West tournament. Could be real trouble.
So right now, Utah State projected in at large into the NCAA tournament, but you don't want to lose this one on the road at the Pit. A win for Utah State tonight means they are the number 2 seed in the Mountain West Conference tournament. San Diego State with a come-from-behind win to beat Nevada. That's huge because the Aztecs would have been bumped, says Jerry Palm, off of the 1 line almost certainly. Had they lost that game to Nevada overall, they will be the 1 seed in the Mountain West Conference tournament. Utah State the 2. If the Lobos want to make it to the NCAA tournament, their net is 158. So Paul Weir knows that his team has to win 4 games in 4 days at the Thomas and Mack if they have any chance of going to the NCAA tournament. But that can all wait. It's about senior night, and it's about an opportunity for a big win in front of Craig Smith and the Utah State Aggies. Last year's Mountain West Conference Coach of the Year in year 1 with Utah State when they won the Mountain West Conference regular season and they won the tournament title. So Pete, as we've discussed, Utah State at large, I mean, that's what we're focused on with a net of 37, but they have certainly the ability to win the conference tournament and grab that automatic bid as well.
They're the hottest team right now in the Mountain West, Carter, as you know. 6 in a row, 9 out of 10. We did the game when they played San Diego State. They played it really to the wall, so they got a chance. Tournament's going to be great in Las Vegas.
Neemias Queta is on the bench right now for Utah State. Anderson off of a great look from Bean, but he misses the bunny out of bounds to New Mexico. So Queta, who scored the first 4 points for Utah State, is presently on the Aggie bench. And Corey Manigault, who had 7 of the first 10 for the Lobos, got his second foul at the 12:55 mark. So he is on the bench. So the two hot hands to begin the game, both on the bench right now for the Aggies and Lobos.
Exactly. The question now for New Mexico, how long do you keep Manigault out now with 2 fouls? Because he's been your main guy.
Jaquan Lyle follows his miss and gives the Lobos the lead.
Right now, the Lobos, Carter, 4 for 5 from downtown. That's got them the slight lead right now. They're doing a great job from distance, and that's not their strength. But they have to do that because right now they got to go from the perimeter. Wow.
Bairstow handles it. I mean, he was hounded from mid-court and gets all the way to the rim. The freshman from Brisbane, Australia, Sean Bairstow.
His brother played here, as you know, for New Mexico years ago. Terrific career.
Older sister Stephanie also played for the Aggies. Vance Jackson on the baseline. Jackson's had the hot hand of late for New Mexico. Jackson 3 points on one of those made threes for New Mexico tonight.
Great ball movement by Utah State. They really share the basketball. 16 assists a game. Very unselfish team.
Sam Merrill, second leading scorer in the league, has only 1 field goal. Anderson in tight. Alfonso Anderson has been a big boost off the bench for the Aggies.
Terrific player, Carter. Tacoma, Washington.
4 points in 3 minutes for Anderson. Zane Martin coming off the bench. Missed it with the left. Fight for the rebound, and Martin will compound it by getting a personal foul. A chance for us to check keys to the game.
Well, for Utah State, points in the paint. They should dominate with Queta inside and defend a 3, because we know the Lobos are going to shoot a lot of 3s. But New Mexico pound the boards because Utah State a great rebounding team, and ball security. Take care of the basketball. It's very important if New Mexico wants any chance for a major upset.
Well, your question about how long would Corey Manigault sit, the answer is not long. He got his second foul at the 12:55 mark, and he subs back in a little over 3 minutes later.
I like it, but now if you're Utah State,
he nearly picked up his third.
Yep, third. Utah State got to go at him. Go at Manigault.
Lobo fans love to hear this. That is a backcourt violation on Utah State. Manigault back in, and Neemias Queta comes back in. So not foul trouble, just Queta getting a rest while Manigault went out of the game.
Right. Big thing, got to protect Manigault. You're New Mexico corner somehow.
Lyle, what a bounce pass, beat inside. Queta rejects it. Swatting Manigault. Lobo's second chance all the way to the rim. Martin spins and drops. They finally get a break on the roll after the huge block from Queta.
Yep. Juan's a tough, hard-nosed player. He's got to calm down. He takes some forced shots.
Martin hounding Bairstow. Trouble getting it across. Barely does. It is out of bounds. Touched by a Lobo. Aggies will keep it. I mean, Bairstow hounded in the backcourt.
Zane Martin attacked the rim, around and around and around we go. The rim is kind to Zane Martin. We'll take it. You're a Lobo fan.
Paul Weir and the Lobo fans here very upset. This is Utah State ball. They did not think it was touched by a Lobo. Not reviewable at this point, so the call stands Aggie basketball. Queta had the first 4 points. Also 2 early turnovers. Lob, Queta catches in the paint, draws 2 defenders, taken away, loose ball. It was ripped out of there by Martin, and Manigault comes away with it, and the Lobos are fighting in this first half.
Exactly. They got to do that. They got to put 2 guys on Queta. They cannot guard him with 1 man. He's too big, too strong, too talented.
Looks like a different Lobo team that lost at Air Force.
14-3 at home, Carter. They're tough here. Martin takes some difficult shots.
difficult would be one way to describe. Bairstow catches, lays it in. And the Aggies beat the Lobos down the floor.
Yep. Fast break defense, fast break D has been a problem for New Mexico all year long. Got to get back. They crash the offensive boards, Carter, and they don't get back. Too many guys attacking the offensive glass for New Mexico.
Jackson, step back, 3. Cold shooting start for Jackson, who's been playing well of late for the Lobos. Brito got the start tonight. Keita, nifty again. I mean, the footwork and the work with the hands around the basket.
Tremendous. Great hands, terrific feet. A soccer player in Portugal, his native country, certainly has helped him.
Lobos led by 5 early. Now it's Aggies by 5. Manigault. Keita bothered it again. He blocked it again. That's 2 blocks for Keita. Aggies by 5.
Here we go from way downtown. St. Martin with attacking the cup. The left-hander gets the roll, but Utah State's got the big dog. Throw it up. Nice pass. A lob. Footwork. He's got it all. Keita's a man in charge.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Smile Direct Club. Straightening smiles for 60% less than braces. By Golden Corral, the only one for everyone. And by AT&T.
Jaquan Lyle's career started at Ohio State, a torn Achilles, and through it all, he has been a rock on the floor. And his mom, Lamika, was in the house. Corey Manigault, his career started at Pitt, Indian Hills Community College. His mom, Cynthia Green, in the house tonight. Senior night for a couple of Lobos have been on a long journey to this senior night. So let's take a look at tonight's Golden Corral. Teams hungry for a bid. Well, the Aztecs, they're a lock. They're going dancing.
Yep.
Number 1 seed, according to Jerry Palm. The come-from-behind win over Nevada secures that number 1 seed for now. You likely wouldn't think a loss in the conference tournament hurt them that much. But for the Utah State Aggies, right now projected as a 9 seed, the 2 quad 1 wins against the SEC opponents. New Mexico's net 158. You lose this game, you put it into question.
Exactly. Danger. No question, Carter. And once again, this will knock them out, I don't believe, but it slipped early in the Mountain West tournament in the quarterfinals, right? It could be some cause for concern if you're the Aggies.
Manigault gets a bucket. He has 9 points now for the Lobos on his senior night. But for Utah State, I mean, go back to the non-conference wins. LSU, they came from 19 down to beat the LSU Tigers. Then the win over the Florida Gators. Both those teams are in the 30s. So one of the things the selection committee says year in and year out, one of the criteria is, all right, who have you beaten? Who's going to be in this tournament? And LSU and Florida will be in the NCAA tournament. And the Aggies have wins over those teams in the non-conference.
Right. Not at home either.
Neutral. Merrill misses the 3. Slow shooting start from Merrill. That is a tie-up. Possession arrow's going to bring it back this way. You didn't think so, Pete?
No, the ball got bounced loose.
So, tie-up. It's going to bring it back to the Utah State Aggies. Now, the issue right now for Utah State, Sam Merrill does 1 for 4 shooting, hasn't hit a 3.
Yeah. He'll get going, though, Claude. He's too good of a player. You better double him. Double the big fella.
Keita, 6 points. Missed that one off the side of the backboard. Vegscheider, who got the start tonight, his second, brings it up for the Lobos.
Yeah. A talented young man. He's Central African Republic, 6'3" freshman. He's going to be very good. We watched practice yesterday, and he has a bright future for the Lobos.
Yeah, he's coming on. Manigault tries it. Boarded by Justin Bean.
Justin Bean, 15 double-doubles caught.
Justin Bean, the double-double machine, Pete.
Yes,
I think.
He is. You know,
Porter, that's not going to help anybody get a double-double unless it's, and we're not counting turnovers.
Caught it. I love Judge Roy Bean, old Western hero. He took over the town. He was a sheriff. But I also like Justin Bean.
Yeah.
You know, the Bean, I don't know if they're in connection, but Justin Bean is a terrific player. He's always on the go, just like Judge Roy Bean.
Toughest law west of the Pecos, Judge Roy Bean.
Exactly. He took over. Things were chaotic, and Judge Roy Bean became the sheriff and took charge.
Not to be confused with the roller coaster at Six Flags that is Judge Roy's Scream.
I haven't been there.
That's an offensive foul. Bean draws the charge, so more tough judgment. Manigault gets his third personal foul.
Oh, boy. That's the danger. You got to be smart. It's a tough break for the Lobos.
9 points for Manigault and just 12 minutes on the floor, and that 12 minutes is going to sit there for a while for Manigault.
Yep, he'll be down. If I'm the Lobos, I'd play some zone, Carter. Really cheat to Sam Merrill. Protect Cater. Right now he's got Vance Jackson on him, who's 6'7.5", maybe going to 7-footer. Get it to the big fella. There we go.
There's Keita. No stopping. I mean, got to switch and had 6'4" Zane Martin on 7-footer Neemias Keita. That is an unfair matchup, and Keita takes advantage.
Yep. Smart basketball for Utah State.
Lyle hoists the three and drills it. The fifth made three for the Lobos.
He's amazing. He shoots way downtown.
Keita has 8 points and 2 blocks in the first half. Give it to him again. Power dribble. Keita missed. Bothered this time. Jackson coming from the backside.
Might have got hit on that, Carter. It's close.
Lyle stripped by Keita. And then Lyle throws it away. 7th turnover. Give it and take it away.
Jaquan Lyle, very talented young man. Senior night from way downtown. Up, follow through, splash. Lobos are here. Here to win. Stay with us, CBS Sports Network.
Our March to March presented by Smile Direct Club continues in Lobo Town, where the Aggies have a 2-point lead. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen, as we take a look at Shot Tracker. Yep. And when it was discussed as to which one of us would be handling the technology, I was the nominee. So no Shot question. Tracker is a remarkable technology that chip in each of the basketballs, chip that each player wears, which allows now teams in-game live information to access and in-game shot charts. So basically a GPS system is created around the basketball game, and data can be used for teams in-game. And then you look at the last 4 games as to where Sam Merrill, this is a hot streak for Sam Merrill, and you see from the Shot Tracker technology and numbers that the left side during this hot run for Sam Merrill has been more productive than the right side.
Yeah, 16 out of 32. He's shooting from the last 4 games, and you can see it's a great tool offensively and defensively. So I wish I had that. Maybe I wouldn't be on Boot Hill if I had Shot Tracker.
Sure. And then sometimes there's just the just don't take bad shots, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to mix it, but it's a great tool. But you got to mix common sense with the great technology that Shot Tracker brings us.
So now if Craig Smith and his coaching staff are taking a look at Shot Tracker and figuring out how to get Sam Merrill off the schneid in this game, he's shooting from the right side on this look, and he goes against all of the trends and all the numbers and buries just the second made 3 of the game for the Aggies, and the first from Sam Merrill. Shot track that.
Yep. Nope. First one was by Brock Miller at 13-12 mark, so it's a long drought.
Ooh, foul call, Keita. Malawach got in tight. That is the first on Neemias Keita.
Yeah, you got to attack him. You got to get him off the court. He's the one who dominates the game right now. Every time he touches it, fear goes into the heart of the Lobos.
Fear. Well, coming up on AT&T at the half, we'll send you back to Brent Stover, John Rothstein, Ryan Hollins, and Seth Davis, and it is an action-packed day in college hoops, including all of the bubble implications, including in the Mountain West Conference. San Diego State's come from behind win against Nevada, Villanova Providence. Some huge bubble implications out there, including this game with Utah State trying to stay on the right side. Bean misses at the rim.
They're missing a lot of shots at the rim. They're rushing it. Something else you can gauge. technology is scary, Carter, right? Baseball and now basketball is really improving the technology.
How would you grade your technological advances as Malawach hits the three?
Mine is a -10, my technology skills. But I'm working it. I don't want to peak too soon in this world of technology.
No, one peek at the Twitter account, Pete. It's an amazing explosion.
No, I'm starting to get a little better at it.
Keita, kick out, Brock Miller.
All right.
Kept alive, boarded by Martin.
Good defense by the Lobos. They got to swarm him. He's a mountain.
Martin. Got a foul called on Merrill. A hold on the rebound. That is the second on Sam Merrill. 2:15 of the first half. Merrill gets his second.
That's big, Carter. Now, he's a smart player, but I would take him out if I'm Craig Smith. He gambles sometimes, but you don't want to lose your preseason player of the year with 3 fouls.
That almost works like a turnover because it was Aggie basketball, but then the foul on Merrill.
Yep.
On the baseline inbound, looked like Keita got a piece of that one as well. Lobos will keep it 18 to shoot. Keita 2 blocks in the book to go along with 8 points. See how the judges score that one. Lyle pulls up on Bean. Over the backboard, Utah State basketball. That is a couple of deep threes missed on the last 2 opportunities for the Lobos.
Yep. Got to get Vance Jackson going, Carter. Last game he had 16 points against the Air Force. He's a veteran guy, very good player. He's got to step up offensively. The Lobos have any chance this evening.
He was the bright spot at Air Force. Made 3 threes in the second half. Brito lost it. Looked like he was bumped. Play on.
Yep.
Keita hits the deck as well. That's hitting the deck the right way. Martin, slam dunk. Lobos on top.
Martin for Philadelphia. Tough, hard-nosed guard. No, Sam Merrill. Last season, preseason player of the year.
Stolen away by Lyle. Aggies turn it over.
Big possession now. The foul.
Brito reach in foul. 5th team foul on the Aggies. 6 straight for the Lobos.
Yep. Brito goes in. Could have been a foul. Push it ahead. St. Martin up and away. Power guard. He's not a point guard. He's not a 2 guard. He's a power guard. Sending it home. There we go. Stick with us. CBS Sports Network. 31-30. Lobos by 1. It'll be a great finish. Stay with us.
Ambition lives in our DNA. Competition coursing through our veins. Consuming us with a need to thrive. It's just part of who we are.
Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2019 Alfa Romeo Giulia for $339 a month.
From the pit, March to March, presented by Smile Direct Club, with the Lobos leading by 1 and Pete, New Mexico, playing with some fight tonight in front of the home fans and the home cheerleaders. It has been a different looking Lobo team than the one that lost at Air Force.
Definitely. They're on a downward tick. Lost 6 in a row. They don't look like that this evening, Carter. They look like an excellent team.
They've lost 10 of 12 since starting 2-1 in Mountain West Conference play.
Yep.
I mean, I was saying the Air Force loss looked different. You could pick out any of the last 10 of the last 12 games for the Lobos to say this is a team that is playing not just better with a 1-point lead, but playing harder tonight.
No question, Carter. The problem, in my estimation, is their defense. They're scoring 77 points a game, which is one of the tops in the Mountain West, but they're giving up like 76. It's like Swiss cheese. They got to play better D to be successful.
The Lobos have lost 5 straight. The Aggies have won 6 straight. There's Vance Jackson starting to get into the action.
Exactly. Got to get going. Vance. All right, Utah. Calm down, Utah State. Get the ball to Keita. Don't forget him. Don't have amnesia.
8 straight for the Lobos.
Yeah.
Sam Merrill's on the bench. 2 personal fouls for the last 40 seconds of the first half.
Cater has to keep moving, keep being active inside. Got a little guy on him. Zay Martin is a munchkin.
7 to shoot. Anderson off the window. Alfonso Anderson, big boost. That is 6 points off the bench for Anderson.
Big basket. Crowd was really into it.
Shot clock turned off. Last possession of the half for the Lobos. Lyle waiting on a screen. Lyle attacks right into Queta. Bothered the shot. Brito has it. Brito has a chance. Half court heave. Brito. It will be New Mexico by 1 at the half. The Lobos fighting hard on senior night. 33-32 at the half. Coming up, we'll send you back to New York for AT&T at the half. Here at the Pit, Manigault and Lyles senior night. Lobos by 1. Our March to March presented by Smile Direct Club from Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Pit for the Mountain West Conference regular season finale. It is Lobos by 1 on the Utah State Aggies. Carter Blackburn with Pete Gillen. We have a tight 1-point game, Pete, with March implications, especially for the Aggies.
No question. Aggies got to win this game. They don't want to lose this and have some pressure going into the Mountain West tournament. Right now they're in, but you know when you think you're in, you're out. When you think you're out, you're in. Bucky dead. Baseball season, you got to think baseball too. But right now, I think it's the 3-point shooting of New Mexico. All right, they made 6, Carter. They only averaged 7 a game for a whole game. So right now they're on fire from downtown.
And led by the seniors, the bulk of the scoring has come from Manigault with 9 and Lyle with 8 on their senior night. The last men standing on senior night for the Lobos, but hot shooting for New Mexico.
No question. 54% from downtown, but the big fella in the middle for Utah State, Queta, get the big guy the ball. He'll finish. Great hands, quick feet. He seals nicely. Great footwork. He played soccer in his native Portugal. Tremendous player. He's a big force in this game. 2
blocks for Queta. He's trying to keep pace with Jay Huff, who had 10 blocks for Virginia today. So that would be a incredible second half for Neemias Queta. But 8 points. Slow shooting start for Sam Merrill. 1 made 3. 7 points in the first half. The average is 19. Second in the Mountain West, but the last 4 have been even better for Sam Merrill. So with Queta leading the way, it has been Utah State winning 6 straight since their last loss in San Diego State. The Lobos have lost 5 straight, 10 of 12. But last time playing at the Pit for these 2 seniors, last time for this team in 2019-2020, which has been an odyssey for New Mexico basketball. But here on Bob King Court, playing well tonight.
Exactly. The fans are behind him. They're standing up, cheering now for the Lobos. You think you can squeeze out a monumental upset. Utah State's been playing great D-card. As you know, last 3 games they held 3 opponents under 60 points a game.
Manigault Bean nearly got the steal. Lyle takes it. Rattles out on the deep 3.
Another missile from way downtown.
Queta in tight. Creates for Merrill.
Talked to him today at shooting practice. I feel more responsibility down the stretch, and he's really lived up to it lately.
Queta rolls out. Can't corral the offensive board. And touched by a Lobo, so the Aggies keep it. Shot clock to 20.
Point blank shot. You got to try to dunk that. I mean, he's athletic enough. Try to dunk over the guy.
Queta, who fought through 2 knee injuries. When they started playing through him when the Aggies got hot here in February.
Exactly. And as you know, he missed 12 games, but first 5 or 6 games back, he wasn't himself. He couldn't jump, couldn't move, couldn't jump over a phone book. But now he's healthy and he's playing great.
Brito attacks down the baseline, draws a foul on Jaquan Lyle. Late in the shot clock, Brito goes flying down the baseline, and Lyle gets his second personal.
Well, Weir didn't like the call. Penetration. Brito goes up. I fouled him on the wrist. He got him. Good call. He definitely got him on the wrist.
Just the third free throw attempt of the game for Utah State. They now have 489 made free throws, 11th most in the nation.
Amazing.
Both these teams get to the line a lot.
Exactly. Utah State makes more free throws than their opponent takes for the season. That's a great stat for them to have. It means they're getting to the line with Cater and Merrill, especially two tremendous college players that are going to play somewhere in the future for some money.
And what do you know, in a one-point game, 4 for 4 from the line for the Aggies, 1 for 4 for the Lobos.
Great point. They know what it takes to win. Right now, the Lobos are trying to find a way to win.
Jackson off the bounce, pass Merrill, drops it off. Manigault bothered by Keita. Neemias Keita clears it.
Great defense at the rim by Utah State.
Brito thought about the 3, takes the 2. Keita clears it out. Bean offensive board, back up. And there's a terrific offensive rebounding. Justin Bean, he gets nearly 4 offensive rebounds a game. Aggies by 3.
One of the best in the country, Carter, as you say, on the offensive glass. He's always moving. He's a good athlete, but he's always moving. Merrill's got to be careful. You don't want to get it stirred.
7 to shoot. Lyle on Brito. Lyle step back and board for Keita.
Not a good shot. Good defense by Brito.
Ballweir wants to make a substitution after that one. Martin's going to come back in. Skip. Extra pass into the hands of Merrill. Got another mismatch. It was touched, so Brito goes to get in the backcourt. 9 to shoot. 5 to shoot. Brito. Keita was wide open. They missed him. Merrill in the corner. Keita has the offensive board. Knocked away. Keita brought it down, and Vegscheider rips it away. And it's out of bounds off the Aggies. So let's see who is best in the West, brought to you by Best Western. The terrific rebounding numbers. I mean, Utah State is second in the nation in rebounding margin.
Exactly, Carter. Over 9 rebounds a game, they beat their opponent by.
They are +5 tonight.
Yep. Halftime is only 1. Right now, they're just getting a bunch of offensive rebounds to start the second half.
Lobos haven't scored in the second half until Vance Jackson's triple evens it at 36.
Tremendous shooter. Started off at UConn, and then he went up transferring here, now to Lobos.
Keita. Brito down the baseline, tries to feed it to Keita into the hands of Merrill. 4-3. What an assist. You're trying to get it to Keita for 2. Instead, Merrill for a triple.
You're living right when that happens.
First bucket of the second half for Sam Merrill, and the second made 3. 10 points in the game. Off the hands of Vegscheider. Aggies on the run. Bean takes it himself. Bean grabs the offensive rebound himself. And now Merrill in transition. He got hit. No call.
Play on.
Vegscheider had it. Martin clearly hit Merrill. Break for the Lobos. Now can New Mexico take advantage? Martin off a good screen from Jackson.
On-nose guard from Philadelphia. Zane Martin, 6'4", redshirt junior. Transfer from Towson. It's a big sequence, Carter, right? Utah State almost extended the lead. Now, right in the hunt, Lobos.
We have a fight to close it out in the Mountain West regular season. Merrill's 3 puts Utah State back up by 4.
Yep. I was complaining. He got hit on the shot. I didn't notice that for sure, but preseason player of the year in the Mountain West. You're right, Carter. You predicted all fair that you'd have a good second half. Right now, making some big shots.
He had 7 in the first half, already 6 in the first 5 minutes of the second half. 9 to shoot for the Lobos. Lyle down the baseline, bumped by Brito. Scooped up, Manigault, cleared away by Brito. Diogo Brito, no look, Keita rejected. Neemias Keita swatted by Vance Jackson. Jackson. It's Aggies by 4, but Vance Jackson showing up in the second half in Lobo Town.
Aggies are running. Big guy's running. Attacking the basket. Goes up. No, Vance says, no, not on my watch. Lobo's hanging. Stay with us. CBS Sports Network.
Tomorrow, our March to March, presented by Smile Direct Club, continues. It's USF at Temple, noon Eastern. Western Kentucky coming off of a huge overtime win against Louisiana Tech. That's another big matchup against first place North Texas CUSA. And then we wrap it up with Towson at Northeastern, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Temple has one of the most electric scorers in the American, and Quentin Rose.
Quentin Rose, tremendous player, Carter. He's awesome in transition, fast break. He's got terrific moves. He's long. He can hit you from 3, mid-range, and he can get to the rim. A fabulous player for the Temple Owls.
Now, speaking of North Texas, who has Western Kentucky as part of that triple header tomorrow, that was another of the quality wins for Utah State, was over North Texas. Net-wise, not huge, but still a quality win. Meanwhile, on the floor, Aggies turn it over, Lobos bring it back, and then they get it right back, and then compounding that with a foul. Martin turns it over into the hands of Justin Bean, who gets the steal, and then he fouls. In fact, that's the second time that has happened for the Lobos.
Yep. Sometimes Zay Martin is a very good player, but he plays a little bit out of control, too fast.
His 2 personal fouls have come both directly after turnovers.
Yep. He gets a little frustrated and he attacks.
Jaquan Lyle gets a little tape. Abel Porter brings it up. Into Keita. They seal it, and Keita gets a dunk, and it's the largest lead for the Utah State Aggies, up by 6.
Real nice play out of the timeout. Craig Smith. They like to do that. Low screen for Keita, wide open. Get Manigault the ball. And forget him now. He's playing great in the first half.
Keith McGee. There's Manigault facing up. They pull Keita out, but Manigault can't hit the jumper. Now, the Lobos think that was out of bounds off Utah State, but Aggies bring it back. Utah State with a net of 37, the best wins over LSU in Florida, 2-0 against the SEC in the non-conference. North Texas win in Jamaica. The North Texas team was first place in Conference USA, could be a tournament team as well. But now, late in the season, 0-2 against San Diego State, and the 2 big opportunities in the Mountain West for Utah State. I mean, even if New Mexico comes back and beats Utah State tonight, the Aggies have a very strong resume at large in the NCAA tournament. It's not like this bounces the Aggies off of at-large possibilities, but it would be a bad loss at the end of the resume. This is a quad 3 game on the road against net 158.
Yep. No question about it. They can't afford this. Would not knock them out. It still would get in, but once again, a little bit dangerous going to the Mountain West tournament.
Keita turns it over again. 3rd turnover by Keita. But then the Lobos give it right back.
It's a great play to get the ball in bounds. Now here we see the big guy Keita. All right, freeze it right there. Screen across. Justin Bean comes across. Here comes the big guy in here. They pass it inside to the big guy Keita. A nice screen on Manigault. Send it home. Great play by Craig Smith. Out of the timeout, Carter. 2 points for the big fella.
10 points, 6 rebounds for Keita, and 2 blocks. And to Keita at the high post this time.
Gonna stay with Sam Merrill.
Porter, whip it into the corner. Brock Miller.
Wow.
Left him alone in the corner, and Brock Miller has his second made 3 coming off the bench for the 2nd straight game for the Aggies.
Terrific offense that time by Utah State. Shared the basketball. Really did a terrific job passing it.
Lyle blocked by Brito. Merrill has it. Aggies turning up the defensive intensity in the second half.
Yep.
Merrill Euros his way. Keita there for the follow. Timeout, New Mexico. Neemias Queta and Sam Merrill leading the way tonight for Utah State. Leading the way all season and leading the way towards March for Utah State. Looking for the NCAAB tournament in back-to-back years. Sam Merrill, hot second half. He scored 6 in the second half. The Aggies have outscored the Lobos 17-5 in the second half. 10 straight for Utah State, led by Merrill.
Tremendous. They're sharing the basketball, swinging it side to side, getting good looks, knocking down threes. Two big guys are putting on a clinic.
So our player profile, brought to you by Reese's, came into the game with 304, and Sam Merrill has 3 more to add to that total. He's already passed 2,000 points, 2,100 points, and maybe the most important nugget we picked out of Sam Merrill. Bountiful, Utah, lifelong Beehive State.
Yep.
Never been skiing.
Right, yeah, he told us that. It was amazing. No, doesn't want to get hurt. I don't blame him. I was coaching. I was afraid to go skiing, Coach. I have trouble getting out of the bathtub, more or less, go skiing down the side of a mountain. Ice.
Right. I mean, that's
it's not a pretty sight.
You don't need more obstacles. You don't need more obstacles.
No, don't, Carter. But no, Sam Merrill, terrific young man, class guy. We love talking to him. We spoke to him today briefly, and he says he's got to take on more responsibility now going down the stretch. And he's certainly doing that tonight. Tough shot.
Speaking of Utah State's win over North Texas, it's going back a while, but Merrill steps in. We'll just hold on to that one. Merrill has already scored more in the second half than he did in the first. It is a 13-0 run by Utah State, and they have quieted the crowd here at the pit. Only one made 3 in the first half, 3 in the second.
Yep.
Malawach ends that run. Ends the 13-0 run with a Malawach 3. But still, 8 made 3s, more than they average.
Exactly, Carter. They average 7, and still 11 minutes to go, so they're shooting the ball better than normal. Usually it's only about 33% from downtown, over 50% first half.
Then Malawach pokes it away from Brito. Lobos on the run. Jackson sidestep. Jackson nails the 3. Back-to-back triples. Vance Jackson. Another hot second half for the junior from Pasadena.
The three-point line, Carter, you're never out of the game. It's always within reach.
Anderson cut off. Abel Porter step in, spins out. Jackson keeps it alive into the hands of St. Martin. Here we go.
Here we go. They take a good shot now. Sure. The Lobos play good D now. Aggies.
It's McGee. 4-3. 3 straight triples for the Lobos. Nobody's pulling away tonight.
Exactly, Carter.
Timeout. Craig Smith in Utah State. Bombs away in New Mexico.
We're in the land of enchantment, Carter. Beautiful sun. It's gorgeous, but it's raining in here in the pit. Way downtown. Keith McGree. Way downtown. Splash. Here come the Lobos. Stick with us. Great game on CBS Sports Network in Albuquerque.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness, and by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Lobos fighting the Utah State Aggies. Our March to March presented by Smile Direct Club. 10:02 to go. Who knows what's ahead? Because the New Mexico Lobos, they're not supposed to be a three-point shooting team, Pete, and yet 10 made 3s tonight.
Amazing. 10 for 17, 4 for 6 second half. Raining 3s. Daquan Lyle, terrific three-point shooter, but McGee comes off the bench, knocks one down. So the 3s are keeping him around. can they sustain it? Because they usually shoot 33% from downtown. Much better this evening.
Their season high was 14 made threes in a 20-point win over Grand Canyon in December. So 10 with a long way to go.
Yep. Nice isolation to get it to the big guy.
Keita bumps. Foul called on Vance Jackson. First personal foul. Keita goes to the line, and he is an excellent free throw shooter for a 7-footer.
Yes, he is, Carter. Tremendous prospect. It's great that he got healthy. A shame he missed the first 12 games, and the next 4 or 5 back, he wasn't himself.
71% foul shooter, strokes that one confidently, and the Aggies are 5 for 5 from the line. 13-7 and 2 block shots with a few more altered shots. Keita 1 of 2, first Aggie miss from the stripe. Jaquan Lyle on his senior night from Evansville via Ohio State to New Mexico.
Utah State goes into a zone. They're doing that because right now, great rhythm for New Mexico.
Back cut around Miller. How about that? Keith McGee. Trick shot, Keith McGee. Try making that in horse.
Exactly. Great shot against the zone. Nice back cut. They fell asleep. He came behind the zone.
Porter bothered. That's out of bounds. Lyle got in the passing lane. I mean, how do you make this?
Great bounce pass through the zone. Miller goes up, through. Degree of difficulty, Carter, big time.
In the all headband competition, Keith McGee wins that battle.
He wins that battle.
Keita wants it on Vance Jackson. 7 foot versus 6'9". And Keita. Face-up Shea from the elbow.
How about that?
7-footer,
16-foot shot.
That's as impressive as anything, right,
yes,
Pete?
No question. If he can do that. Back in the zone now. 1-2-2 matchup zone. They're doing that because right now, Lobos are on fire on their man offense.
Jackson triple off. Keita clears it.
Nice adjustment by Coach Craig Smith to Utah State. If somebody's on fire, they get great rhythm, got to change. Well, timeout, put it to zone, and right now just 1 for 2 against the zone defense by Utah State. Same play.
Offensive, Lyle drew the charge. Offensive foul on Keita, second personal.
It's a play, same isolation. Lyle's on him. Yeah, looks like a good call to me.
Flop warnings aren't as late February. I mean, a tough call, right?
Yeah, it could have been either way. But now, the weakness of the zone, Carter, as you know, is the high post with Malawach is number 10 and the baseline. Only 2 guys are on the baseline. So get the ball to the baseline if you're the Lobos.
Jackson off the bounce. Creates. Malawach missed 3. Keita has the board. Keita now has 9 rebounds. Brito. Boarded by Malawach. Even with that rebound, it is plus 10 on the boards for Utah State. Second best in the nation. The numbers follow directly tonight. Malawach, shot fake, and a good one to get Keita in the air. Nemias has the board. He has a double-double. Brito in the open floor. Knocked away. Jaquan Lyle knocks it away. Nemias Keita does it all, Pete.
The big dog, he can score inside. But once again, put him on the outside. No problem. Give me room. I'll make you pay. Nice follow through. Keita, he liked it. He's smiling. Thumbs up. Aggies on a roll.
Let's take a look at tonight's Smile Direct Club transformative play of the game. Keith McGee transforming an impossible shot into a possible one.
Nice pass by Martin. Keith McGee up and under. Another look. We got great camera work in the truck. Nice finish, Keith McGee. 5 points coming off the bench.
Perfect time to tell you our producer is Jason Lewis. Our director is John Coleman. And with another solid crowd here at Bob King Court, Dream Style Arena, better known as the Pit. And if you've ever been to the Pit, you know who that man is. Simply known as Snake.
Snake. We love Snake.
a serpentine Saturday night here on CBS Sports Network.
Yep. You got a nice paint job coming into the game. He's fired up. He's not here to hold hands. He wants to get a win.
Great friends with the whole Fisher family. He said Steve Fisher let him have his championship ring and hold it for a game. How about that?
How about that? Now, Steve Fisher's one of the best. Tremendous person. Great coach, but even a better person. We put San Diego State on the map.
Merrill, step back, 3. Kept alive, and a foul called somewhere in there as Jackson and Bean went and fighting for it. Good sportsmanship there as Bean goes to help Vance Jackson. Foul is on Justin Bean.
He's always all over the offensive glass. There's Paul Weir, nice and calm. I'd be hitching and twitching and bleeding from the eyes if I was there on the sideline.
I believe that. Paul Weir's first job in college basketball working for the great Mike McConaughey at Northwestern State, Natchitoches, Louisiana. One of the great coaches and great personalities in the game. Kick.
We see the change in zone here by Utah State. They were playing a 1-2-2 before. Now it's a 1-3-1. But as you know, Diego Brito is really good at the top of the zone because he's long, about 6'6", long arms and good reflection. Now, Cade is on the baseline. Get the ball to the baseline.
Brito has 46 steals and most of them out of the zone. Jackson missed 3. Almost got it on the bounce. An all-time roll, nearly.
Yep, almost.
Merrill crossing over on Lyle, attacking. Lyle, Cada couldn't get it. Foul called, and we're going to go the other way.
Wow.
Merrill, bothered by Lyle. The foul is on Cada, and that is his 3rd personal.
Greg Smith going crazy. Doesn't like the call. What's going on? Shake and bake. Goes to the hoop. Blocked. Yep. Cada climbed. Looked like Jaquan Lyle's back. Here comes Cada from the foul line. Yep. Good call. 1-3-1 zone. Hit the ball to the baseline because Cade has got to cover a lot of areas. The wings drop down, Carter, but hit the ball to the baseline.
Martin gives it up. Jackson, no look inside. McGee gives it right back.
Dribble penetration can hurt the zone.
Ooh, Lyle didn't carry it? Guess not. Cada has a rebound.
A lot of control.
So Cada with 15 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks, but he has 6 turnovers in the game.
Yep, it's too many.
Got a mismatch in the post.
Lyle
on Cada. No double coming, at least it's late. So Cada backing down, spinning baseline with the left, and it spins in. Then he got popped and hit the deck, and no call.
No call. Danger time again now for the Lobos. Need a hoop. Got to drive against the zone and get it to the baseline.
Missed 3, second chance. Lyle to Jackson around Cada. Nifty there from Vance Jackson.
Tremendous move by Vance Jackson. Looked 7 foot in the eye and stepped around and finished with the left hand. 2-possession game card.
Foul called on the floor. It is on Zane Martin, 3rd personal. Tomorrow, 8 Eastern, our season-long coverage of PBR continues in the city of fountains. Don't miss the Caterpillar Classic from Kansas City, only on CBS Sports Network. Do you know Kansas City was the city of fountains?
No, I didn't. I've seen a couple of fountains there, but I didn't know they named them City of Fountains.
Yeah, got one inside the ballpark as well.
Yep.
Turnover, run out. Jackson hammered hard. That's going to be a flagrant. That has to be a flagrant, and they both hit the deck. It is, and the hard foul, and both Jackson and Porter are down.
Wow.
Question is whether that's going to be flagrant 1 or flagrant 2.
Goes in, Jack goes in.
Porter.
It could be a flagrant 2, Carter. I don't know, but
call was immediately made. Intentionals out of the rule book.
Yep.
It is flagrant, and Cade is over there to try and help Vance Jackson and try and diffuse that.
Yep. Oh, it really hit him hard.
Tom Carey, our handheld cameraman, also involved in that. And Porter's still down on the deck. Jackson back up on his feet. I'll tell you what, in all of that, you do give credit to Nemias Queta going over to Vance Jackson to check on him and make sure that nothing spirals out of that bad foul. Immediately called a flagrant, and so now, of course, to the monitor to see whether this is flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. And when you go to flagrant 2, some of the language is brutal, harsh, cruel, extreme. Those are the words to try and determine whether it's flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. I mean, Porter took a hard fall, but clearly the flagrant foul on Abel Porter, that's already called. Just a question of whether it's 2 and an ejection.
We'll see. He goes in there and really nailed him.
I mean, clearly that's excessive in nature.
Excessive, I'd go 2, Carter. I don't know what the referee's going to say, but he's not trying to hurt him, but he's really nailed him. I mean,
and part of that wording in the rule book is dangerous, and that's the definition of a dangerous play when you have a foul so hard that both players come down. Porter's are hurt.
Holding his back, it looks like. I don't think he hit his head, fortunately, so that's good news. But we'll see.
You know, that officiating point when they call intentional. What used to be the signal for intentional foul is now flagrant. And Pete's going to come over and get an explanation from Sean Lehigh as to whether this is flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. And Pete?
Well, Sean Lehigh said it's flagrant 2. You're going to shoot 2 free throws and get the ball out of bounds. I think it was a good call, Carter. It was David Hall reconfirmed it.
So Abel Porter, flagrant 2. 2 shots in the ball to New Mexico. So 57-51 at the point when Abel Porter is called for that flagrant 2.
And once again, he was trying to, but he hit him too hard. It was a good call, flagrant. I haven't seen too many flagrant 2s, Carter, this year, but he's going over there. He didn't mean, he's a nice young man. We've talked to him, you and I. He didn't mean to hurt him. He was just caught up in the emotion of the game. He's trying to block the shot, but it was excessive.
Well, that was a difficult dynamic because to get to the ramp, walking out, Abel Porter has to walk right past the New Mexico bench. Several of the Lobo players are pointing to the locker room. And then Abel Porter tried to stop and talk to Paul Weir and say, I'm sorry.
He went over there.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. So he went over to show, he felt badly that young man was hurt.
So even though flagrant 2, an ejection and a scary play for Jackson and for Porter, you have to say some sportsmanship moments in there with Nemias Queta checking on Vance Jackson and Abel Porter on his way out, stopping to tell Paul Weir, sorry about that. Didn't mean to hurt anybody. But in the basketball game, 2 shots and the ball in what is now a 4-point game and a critical game for Utah State. And if you want to be confident about the at-large resume for Utah State, have to win this game against New Mexico, who's net 158. Quad 3, a loss here certainly puts a question mark for the Aggies despite the quality wins on the year. They want to have an exclamation point on the resume. Hammer! Exclamation point and a 2-point game with 5 to go at the pick.
Sam Merrill's going to have to play point now with Abel Porter out of the game. He's done that a lot. Preseason player of the year in the Mountain West. So he can do anything on the court.
It is out of bounds.
Get a double team. Jaquan Lyle. Nice go to the basket. Manigault goes up. Send it home. Manigault with the flush.
Aggies led it by 14. And now the lead is down to 2. Merrill 4 to shoot. 3 to shoot. He'll have to take it. Boarded by Malawach. And the Lobos a chance to tie or take the lead. A team who has lost 5 straight and 10 out of 12.
1-3-1 zone here by Utah State, who's having trouble guarding.
Jackson 3. Boarded by Queta. Manigault wanted it at the rim on the weak side. Lobos didn't get it there. And that is Hernandez, blocking foul called. Merrill and Martin get tangled up in the backcourt. Fourth personal on Zane Martin. 5 team fouls of the Lobos. That one could have gone either way.
Yep, it's close. David Hall's a great official. He's closer than us, so take his word.
In a season that has been more tragic than anything else for the New Mexico Lobos, regular season finale, a chance to walk off their home floor with their biggest win of the year.
Exactly. Oh, boy.
Aggies turn it over. Timeout with 3:56 on the last day of February. Down to the wire at the pit with March ahead. Since the Aggies led it by 14, a 17-5 spurt for the Lobos to cut it to 2. Let's see who stepped up their game tonight. Brought to you by Werner Latter and Neemias Queta. Scored the first 4 points of the game for Utah State. 2 blocks in the first half. Has a double-double. And when Queta is rolling, the Aggies are rolling.
He's amazing. Shoots 61% from the field. He dominates the paint offensively and defensively. He's got a double-double already with 3:56 to go in the game. Dominating player.
So with Abel Porter out of the game, Pete, as you pointed out, Sam Merrill has to go to the point. How does that change the dynamic for the last 3:56 with Abel Porter's ejection on a flagrant 2?
Well, it can wear down Sam Merrill a little bit with his three-point shooting. He's got a label to bring it up. Right now they're doing a nice job. Zane Martin pressuring Sam Merrill to get the ball off the court. So, but right now, the Lobos have missed their last 5 3-point shots. So great move by Craig Smith, playing his own. Hands up Harry, hands up Larry, right? And the test. And Lobos are 1-possession game. Make it 3, you're ahead.
Against the 1-3-1.
Yep. Baseline's where you want to get the basketball.
Zane Martin, 4 personal fouls.
Wow.
Floater to tie it at 57.
Zane Martin, he's got the heart of a lion. Takes some bad shots, but he's got the guts to take them. I can take that. I can go with that with a young man. Merrill's going to shoot it.
Merrill gets past Lyle, attacks all the way to the rim. A tough tumble, back up on his feet. Aggies back in the lead.
Staying in the zone, 1-3-1 zone. The little penetration hurts it. Move the zone and look to drive.
Jackson wants it on the baseline. Get it into the corner. Jackson. Baseline, Jay. Even again at 59. Vance Jackson feeling it in the second half.
No matter what happens in the game, Carter, you got to love the heart of the Lobos this evening.
A team who has lost 10 of 12. Drama all year long off the court. They can close it on the court with a huge win.
Get the ball inside to the big guy. He's got Lyle on him. 7 foot against 6'6".
Brito penetrates. Hard foul. Jaquan Lyle. That'll send Brito to the free throw line to give the Aggies the lead again.
Sam Merrill, shake and bake. You play him tough. Right to the basket. You can do it all. Ooh. Here we go. Nice flow to Vance Jackson. A tough shot in the lane. Tough one.
And Diogo Brito, who took a tumble there, he's holding his left thumb. David Hall checking with him to make sure that he is okay to go for these free throws. I mean, he was pulling the left thumb like he had jammed it on that tumble. Utah State 5 of 6 from the line tonight. Diogo Brito gives Utah State the lead. Coming up next, get caught up on everything going on as we roll on towards March. It is Inside College Basketball. Critical update on UCLA and Arizona. Brito 1 of 2. Utah State by 1.
Down the stretch, Utah State from the free throw line card is 77%. Lobos 71%, so advantage Aggies in free throws, even though they only made 1 out of 2 then.
Martin down the baseline. Finds Malowatch. Pass on it. Lyle does not. Rebound, cleared out. Miller comes away with it after the box out from Keita. Aggies on the run. Here's Merrill stepping over. Brito, three in the corner. Diogo Brito nails it in the corner. Aggies by 4. Brito is not a great three-point shooter, but he steps up. Malawatch may have walked. Martin again, creating into the corner. Lyle for 3. Jackson has the board. Second chance for the Lobos. Foul called. Vance Jackson gets a huge offensive rebound.
No question.
Fouls on Merrill is third.
Merrill makes a move. Two guys come on him. Brito from way downtown. Great pass. Sam Merrill, one of the top assist guys in the Mountain West with 4.5 assists a game.
Brito's a 27% three-point shooter. Rocking house at the pit. Clutch. Drills the 3.
He's a veteran. It's a veteran team, these Aggies. Brito's a senior. Recruited by the previous staff. Man-to-man now by the Aggies.
Martin in the paint. Over Miller. Floater. Another tough one for the junior lefty from Philly. Brito gets it across. Covered up by Jackson. Aggies point guard Abel Porter ejected. Flagrant 2.
Going inside to Keita now. Trying to get him the basketball.
Keita has to come out. Minute left in regulation. Merrill takes it. Wide left. Boarded by Martin. Lobos trailing by 2. Martin's going to attack Miller. Create. Malawat. Shot fake. Dumps it off. One. Even with a chance to go ahead on the dunk for Medical on his senior night.
Great pass in that time by the Lobos. Inside Manigo. Boom. Nice finish. Malawat with the pass. Manigo with the finish. Strong. Brito hit him. Held on to it.
Called his Uncle Earl the GOAT. But Manigault, biggest free throw of the year for New Mexico. Lobos on top. At-large implications for the Utah State Aggies. Merrill running point, bring it across and take a timeout. Martin was trying to steal it away. 34.6 left. Can Craig Smith's Aggies win it in the end at the pit? Fouls 6 and 6, meaning next foul 1 and 1. And as you pointed out for this entire second half, that is advantage Utah State.
No question. One of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, 77%. Lobos aren't bad, 71, but advantage Aggies on that. Now, Carter, what I would do if I'm Utah State, I would put my 2 best guys on one side of the floor. Right, have Sam Merrill set a back screen. Big guy Keita come to go inside and throw it in. Merrill kick it inside to the big guy Keita. That's what I would do. Isolate on that left side of the court.
Let's revisit our keys to the game.
Well, Utah State points to the paint, great. 32, it's terrific. Defend the 3, not doing that, Carter. 10 for 24, not good, 62%. Pound the boards, yeah. No, the Lobos not doing a good job on the boards. Ball security, 11 turnovers isn't bad for them. They average 14, so pretty good job on ball security by the Lobos.
All right, here we go. 34.6. Shot clock at 21. One timeout left for the Aggies. They get it inbounds to Brito. Needs some help. Merrill poked away. Manigault gets a steal, and Manigault lays it in. Lobos by 3. Shot clock turned off into the hands of Bean. How can the Aggies get Merrill a look? Brito attacks.
I would foul with 10 seconds or less, Scott. I would foul.
Covered up. Here's Miller. It's on to Bean. Merrill Brito gets free. Here's Merrill, covered up, can't get it off. Brito for three to tie. It is no good. Keita, kick out. Brito, there's a foul called before the shot. Fouls on the floor. Brito got a second look with 1.3 seconds in a three-point game. It's a 1-and-1 coming.
The steal, Manigault goes in there strong. Nice finish. Great steal by Manigault.
Timeout for the Lobos. Brito got one look, Keita got him a second look. But it'll be Keita going to the line for the 1-and-1. But with 1.3 seconds left in a three-point game and a 1-and-1, how do you have to play this for the Aggies?
Well, I would do this, Carter. Make your first. All right, second one miss on purpose, because once again, if you make the second one, they get the ball in bounds, the game's over. So I would miss it, and once again, you got to practice this a little bit, and practice it, and then just try to go back and score it, and try to shoot the ball towards Keita's side, wherever side Keita's on, try to miss it to that side. That's what I would do. Now, big thing, Lobos, you got to screen out, because they couldn't miss the first shot. They couldn't miss the first one.
Now, Pete, here's an important point. Utah State, if they lose this game, you do not think that this bursts the Aggies' bubble?
Definitely not, no. I mean, their net ranking, Carter, as you know, is 37 coming into the game. Have great wins over Florida, great win. Great win over LSU, two NCAA tournament teams. But this puts them in a precarious spot. They got to do some work now in the Mountain West tournament. If they lose in the quarterfinals, right, that could be very, very hazardous for Utah. This game isn't over, but they're in deep trouble right now. So, Keita got to make the first, miss the second. All right, now Justin Bean, now I would try to miss it to Justin Bean's side, who's a great offensive rebounder. One of the best in the country on the left side for the Aggies.
1-and-1. Keita gets a second. We'll see how the Aggies play it.
Now, Aggies might want to make it, which is fine. A lot of ways to bake a cake. Then the Lobos got to get the ball in bounds. They get it in bounds, the game's over.
With everyone on the bubble watching. 1.3. Keita misses. That no good. Didn't hit the rim. So it goes back to the Lobos with 1.3. So, Pete, there's the risk when you try to miss.
Yep.
Don't get the rim, and it's Lobo basketball. Yep. Craig Smith will use his final timeout to discuss not if you foul, but whom to foul.
Exactly, Carter. But once again, you got to practice these late game situations, right? Missing on purpose, you got to hit the rim. He might not have known the rules. Who knows? Okay, the young man, right? He might not have known that coming in. I haven't played basketball that long in his career. So, but he had to hit the rim. So now what you got to do is try to get a turnover, Carter. I would put a big guy on the ball. I would switch on all screen and flop. Try to get, you might be able to get an offensive foul, all right, on that situation where you no time off the clock and you got the ball out of bounds. So I would try to, switch and try to flop on that. Right, great point. Our stat man, Frank, you can't run. Only time you can run on out of bounds is after a made basket or a made free throw. So once again, as a coach, you got to tell him, you got to tell him, hey, you can't move. It's not over yet.
So as a reminder, Utah State had won 6 straight. New Mexico had lost 5 straight in 10 of 12. But the Lobos by 2 with 1.3 left. No timeouts for Utah State, 1 for New Mexico. Lyle trying to get it in. Lyle gets it in bounds. Malawatch fouled. Now we'll check. We'll check on the time. There's zeros on the clock, but we'll check. The Lobos are already celebrating, but we'll check the time when the foul was given.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick whistle. All right. Pretty quick whistle. He just touched it. 1.3. I think you still got something left on the clock.
So David Hall and Mike Cybers back to the monitor to check.
Close.
Not going to be much, but looks like there will be some.
0.2, 0.3, something like that. Now,
so 1-and-1 coming. That's assuming we get time back on the clock. No timeouts, Utah State. 1 timeout left for New Mexico. So 0.0 showing on the clock right now. We'll see how much time is put up. 0.6. 0.6, 1-1 coming. Malawach. .6 seconds put back up there. Malawach, 72% free throw shooter. Misses the front end. Bean picks it up, has to heave it. Bean, and it is no good. New Mexico wins 66-64. A Lobo stunner as New Mexico closes the regular season with a 66-64 win over Utah State. And now the Aggies will hand over a resume to the selection committee that ends the regular season with a loss to New Mexico. Utah State will be the 2 seed in the Mountain West Conference tournament. The tournament is set. San Diego State will, of course, be the 1 seed at the Thomas & Mack in Las Vegas. It will be Utah State as the 2 seed. New Mexico, the 7, opens up with San Jose State. So Utah State did not want to sweat out Selection Sunday if they can't win the Mountain West Conference tournament for back-to-back seasons. But the loss at New Mexico makes it tougher for Utah State to make it at large. One of the major questions as we move to March, the fate of the Utah State Aggies. But Paul Weir celebrates as New Mexico's long season comes to an end with a 66-64 win over Utah State. And Pete Gillen is with Jaquan Lyle.
Thank you, Carter. Jaquan Lyle, congratulations on a great victory. You had 10 assists tonight. 10 assists. You're one of the top assist guys, second in the league. How important were your passes in this victory?
It's big. I think it's big going forward, too. Just guys seeing the ball going in, shots falling. It's a big week next week, and we got to get it done.
How do you feel now after up and down season, right? Beating a team that was a preseason #1 in the Mountain West. How does it feel for you and your team?
It feels real good. We was a little hurt after that last game. We was right there. We fought real hard, and we lost it in the end. But today we pulled one out, and it's a great feeling.
How about Corey Manigault with that steal? Right? How about him, Corey Manigault? How important was that to your victory?
Man, it's big time. He's been doing it all year, man. His anticipation skills on offense and defense is both off the charts, and he really showed it again on that big-time play right there.
How were you able to finish the season now? You were out for 2 seasons. You had the Achilles injury, all right, and you played like 35 minutes a game. How were you able to hang in there and play so many minutes so well?
I think it's a big job to the doctors, the trainers, and our strength and conditioning coaches. Get me in shape, get my body ready for a long season, and I'm here right now. Like I said, a big week next week. Gotta get through that.
Congratulations, Jaquan. Good luck in the Mountain West tournament. All right, nice being with you.
Thank you.
All right, Carter, back to you, buddy.
Paul Weir and the Lobos celebrate, and it has been a long year for New Mexico basketball. But in front of the home folks, they close it out, stunning Utah State. For Pete Gill and our entire crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.